Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Summer of Stories and Crafty Christmas in July, hosted by Heather's Crafty Life. I'll have all the lovely ladies participating in Crafty Christmas listed down below so you guys can check out all the lovely Christmas layouts and things happening. Today I'm doing a 6x8 pocket page, double page spread. This is also part of my Summer of Stories series where every time I upload a process video, it coordinates with a story starter of the letter of the alphabet of this episode. So today is episode M, so I'm going with Mary, and obviously that's a very, very loaded word for Christmas, and I'm glad I got to use it on this layout. On the left are two photos of my boyfriend with his presents. He got a ski mask, and he also got some, I think the other one's pajamas. And then on the right is some presents that he got me. So it's just like both of our presents. And then I have a card already pulled out, a 3x4 card from Ellie Studio that says Holiday Favorites. And now I'm trying to find a 6x8 or a paper large enough to make a 6x8 page on the left-hand side, which is a little hard to pick out, but I end up going with this Pink Fresh Studio paper from the Oh Joy collection. I have a ton of Pink Fresh Studio stuff I'm trying to work through. And this collection's really been giving me a hard time. I had two of this collection, so it was very, very hard for me to keep using these patterns over and over. But I'm happy to announce that thanks to this series by Heather, I have finished this 6x8 album, which is Christmas 2016. Yeah, I haven't even touched Christmas 2017 either. I haven't even printed those photos yet, so it's pretty bad. But I'm just going to layer these photos onto this Christmas tree paper and then onto the lawn fawn paper, which is a red sweater pattern. But I'm really excited to have this album finished. It wasn't anything fantastic or great. I started it back in 2017, I believe. Started doing December daily, but in a non-daily format. This is just the first mini Christmas album I've made. I enjoyed it. It's just not my favorite. I think Christmas is very, very repetitive, which is why I have such a hard time doing it. But I'm really, really glad it's over. At least 2016's done. I did keep some extra photos that I printed out, and I'm going to make another mini album, but not an actual album, just one of those chipboard albums for my sister-in-law and niece because they're photos of them at our house for Christmas. So I figured they would enjoy that, so I'll probably make that and then give it to them for this upcoming Christmas, 2019 Christmas, you know. Why not? Because I have the extra photos printed, I might as well give them to someone. I do have some photos of them already in this album, but the album's really thick, and I've touched on every story that I would need to tell with this page, or with this year. So I decided that, well, the extra pictures can go to something, and I'll use one of my chipboard albums to finally use one of those up. So here on the left-hand side, you saw me play with those buttons, and I actually used all the little buttons for the bullets for the holiday favorites section. Here I pull out a chipboard piece from the Echo Park collection. I think it's called I Love Christmas. No, it's the Deck the Halls collection. So I have the word Mary out. I'd already used the word Christmas from this chipboard set, so I really needed to use Mary with something else so it didn't go to waste. And I'm really proud of how much I've gone through these chipboard sheets. I picked up a bunch of these Echo Park and Cartabella Christmas products all at once from a website called idiecut.com. They only carry Echo Park and Cartabella, and sometimes they do 50% off sales, and I go crazy. This particular year it was a Christmas sale, so your girl bought all the Christmas stuff. And I've also received a lot of Christmas stuff in the grab boxes that I've gotten as of these last few years. The one I'm working with right now is a Fancy Pants collection, and that was in a Fancy Pants grab box, which they hadn't done before. It was because they were using moving warehouses, I believe, so they actually had a mystery box, and I bought one. Really, really loved it. Highly would recommend Fancy Pants, Pink Fresh Studio, and I think that's all I've pretty much gotten for grab boxes. I did Peachy Cheap ones, didn't really love it, but it's really hit and miss with grab boxes. You really have to have a flexible style if you're going to plan on buying one. Here I'm going to use a paper, ideally from one of these 6x6. It doesn't end up being one of these 6x6, but ideally from one of these, to put behind this little reindeer guy. It was such a large die cut, but it did fit perfectly in the 3x4, so I decided to pull it out, and I'm going to use it for this. I find this scrap polka dot from a different page, and I decided to use this guy right here. And it was hard to use this one because there are random words spread out through the polka dots, so this one's the spirit of the season. I'm actually going to cover up spirit of and just have the season showing. That way it still makes sense, and not as confusing. It doesn't make any wrong words or bad words if I cut it off in a certain place, and that works out the best. Really love that pop of red. I think it matches the red well on the left-hand side because it's a brighter red versus a deeper toned red. And then I go back to some more Pink Fresh Studio. Now this is from a different collection. This is the Holiday Vibes collection versus the Oh Joy collection, which again, so much Pink Fresh Studio. I think this is my second or third grab box from them that I'd purchased a while back, and I need to stop buying them until I get through some of their supplies. I put this little chipboard piece down here with the reindeer, and it just says Holiday Cheer. These photos are really awkward of me. They're just really funny. But I'm glad I got them in the album nonetheless. So I do have the Merry down for the title. And I do have a plan to add another word on there. I'm just not sure how I'm going to do it yet. I thought I was going to use these alphabets. I have several Christmassy alphabets in my stash. I even tried using these black and white ones, but again, they didn't work on the black and white background. They weren't abrasive enough, if you will. I tried these ones from Jelly Bean Soup, and then I just end up going with a simple block alpha, just black and white. And I go for the title Merry Moments. I love doubling up on the letters, so having the same title or the same letter at the start and end of a title, so like Merry Moments, double M. Really cute, really fun and festive in my opinion. And I'd highly recommend it if you haven't tried that on one of your layouts lately to give it a try. And if you guys are looking for stories to tell, head over to my blog for the free download. I have a whole story list of things related to the letter M, and you won't want to miss out on that because it's a free download. And I've also already covered all of the other alphabet letters before M, so A through M are now up on my blog, and you can go download those if you're interested. And if you want to become a patron over on my Patreon, they already have full access to the whole list, A through Z, with a few additional things. And they also get a real-time process video every week for Summer of Stories, which includes some of these Christmas pages. Not this one in particular, but some of my Christmas pages have been real-time process videos for them, which they have been enjoying. But this layout's almost complete. I add those button accents on the left, and again, those are from Fancy Pants. And that's the whole layout. Very dimensional thanks to the buttons. I think buttons are really good for Christmas layouts. They really just add a punch. These big ones were very difficult to use, so I'm glad I used them all in one go on this page. And here I'm just going to show you the two finished cards instead of the glaring page protector, which you can see I put those buttons as the dots, and then the chipboard here. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to give this a thumbs up and check out all the other Christmas projects linked down below by the lovely ladies in the Crafty Christmas in July collab. But thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!